Guys, forgiveness is going to be a big part of your journey. And let me tell you, people make mistakes. People are going to make mistakes in your life. But what I don't like seeing is us burning people at the stake for mistakes. Like, first of all, a mistake means it's not done intentionally. A mistake is a mistake. It's accidental, right? I didn't mean for this to happen. I didn't mean for this to hurt you. I didn't mean for you to take it this way. I didn't mean, this is a mistake, right? Even if it wasn't a mistake, let's say if it was intentional, this message here is completely about forgiveness. Guys, I was scrolling down my Instagram and I came across an interview with a therapist. I was blown away. But with the therapist saying how she refuses to forgive the narcissist in her life because she still has trauma, she still has nightmares, she still has, some negative thoughts that she battles, and she won't give them that. She refuses. She'll never forgive them. Like, she was gun-ho stuck on, I'm never gonna forgive them. They don't deserve my forgiveness. Honey, you deserve it. It was never about them. It was never about them. And as a therapist, she couldn't even realize you're not healed. Like, I would feel, that's a red flag for me. If I was sitting up across from this counselor, this therapist, that would be a major red flag, because honestly, forgiveness is never for the attacker, the abuser, the one who afflicted you. The forgiveness is for you. The forgiveness is for the victim. The forgiveness is for the one who was triggered, who was hurt, that's who forgiveness is for. I have seen so many times in my own personal life, from men cheating on me, being neglected, being abandoned, some parts in childhood, not having, whatever the case may be. I have been through so much, and I have seen these people bounce back like never before. Like never before, right? And I started to notice in my life, before I have the healing that I have today, I started to notice in my life, like, I get even more angry. I used to get even more angry when I would see these people out and about, living their life to the fullest, as if nothing ever happened, as if nothing ever transpired, as if this thing never happened to me, right? And they're out here living their best life. And I would become more angry because I couldn't understand, how could someone be so free and so easy, knowing what they took from me, knowing what they did to me, knowing how you afflicted me, right? So I was confused and I was more angry, and I noticed I started getting bitter. I started feeling miserable. I got diagnosed with PTSD, anxiety, you know what I mean? Borderline depression. Wait a minute. All of this from me not forgiving someone? Wait, it gets better. I started to grow resentful, okay? For those that I thought I had healed from a little bit, right? I started, gaining some resentfulness in my heart, and now it was affecting me physically. I was going through like bouts of arthritis where like my fingers and my feet and my body parts would lock up, and I couldn't use them for minutes, not seconds, for minutes. And it would be excruciatingly painful for me. And I didn't know. All of this came from me not forgiving. So when this person afflicted me, my heart started to harden. You don't even realize it, because you're going through the emotions, you're feeling some type of way, you're stressed. The stress leads to depression because you're not seeing a change. You're not seeing what you want to happen on the other side, which was none of my business. It was none of my healing was my business. What was going to happen to them was none of my business, right? And I'm seeing people right now on the internet dragging their parents through the mud, dragging their exes, dragging whomever through the mud, these narcissists, you're giving them space. You're giving them oxygen. You don't even know that, right? You're giving them more room to do this to someone else. Like, they like that they live rent-free in your head. They love it. They're loving this, especially a narcissist. And what I noticed about me back then is I would start to find people who could relate to me. So now I'm looking for more pain. I would get on the internet and I'm starting to scroll through my timeline and I'm looking for these channels where these people have this same type of pain, and we can sit and we can mourn and we can cry and we can, go back and forth about, no, my story is even harder. My story is even worse. My story is you know what I mean? So now we're going back and forth. I'm conjuring up these old feelings that I had from 93, that I had from 98, that I had from 2014 to 2019 when this was going on in my life. I'm conjuring up all these feelings. I don't like the way it makes me feel. Tears come into my eyes. I am reliving these situations. And I'm expecting to be healed. Like, let's be clear. Let's be for real. Do you do that? You're finding people to relate to you instead of looking for content that's going to uplift you, encourage you, and move you in a direction that aligns with your future, that aligns with who you are truly to the core, where you want to go in life. Like, that was the biggest learning lesson for me years ago. Like, wait a minute. I'm going through a metamorphosis that I don't like all over again. I stopped following these channels, these people on these platforms who are consistently talking about narcissists, who are consistently talking about the abuse they went through with their parents, who are consistently talking about baby daddies and not getting child support. First of all, I don't need to relate to something I've already experienced. I don't need you to relate to my pain. That's crazy. I didn't understand the insane things that I was doing that was helping me stay in that post-stress traumatic state. I had no idea that I was the one keeping me in this prison. I was boxing myself in while my predators, while the people who hurt me was able to live the life that they wanted to live, as they should. They're not sitting in blame. They're not sitting in guilt. They're not sitting in shame. Why am I ashamed? Why am I guilty? Why do I have to sit with these feelings? You don't. It's a choice. Start making the executive choice to take authority back in your life. Stop sitting with these feelings. Stop inviting them in. Stop looking for them. They don't make you feel good. And I want to be clear, because when I say that I don't need you to relate to my pain, I mean, I don't need to be constantly reminded of things I'm going through, or situations I'm having to sit in, or situations that are behind me. I don't need that constant reminder. I don't need to log on to your page and I'm constantly this is an example, and I'm constantly reminded of how bad my parents beat me, how awful childhood was for me, and I never had any lights, water, and people didn't even know I was poor. But I had to, thug it out and put on my best self. How is this beneficial? And people do it every day, more so women, and from what I've seen, more so women than men. You get on these platforms, and instead of looking for a way out, you are searching for things to keep you stuck, to keep you in that bondage. You can't break the chains. You can't, because you continue to relive the same story. Now, how much better would your life be if you could learn to forgive these people? Live your life. Move on. gain a peace of mind. How much more loving could you be to your children? But we give excuses. I can't love my child like this, or I can't do that. I don't do this and that, a third, because I was raised, I'm living check to check because my parents didn't teach me financial, My parents use my name on everything. My credit's been messed up. No, your credit's messed up because of you, honey. Your credit's messed up because of you. That's what it is. As an adult, you didn't do the due diligence to do the work to learn what your parents didn't know. Forgive them. Move on. I've had to. So many other people have to. Move on. Your baby daddy, okay, he doesn't pay child support. It's sporadic. You know what I mean? You're tired of begging him. Well, stop telling the same story. Again, reclaim your authority. Reclaim your control. Reclaim it. It's up to you. Let's normalize forgiveness. Because honestly, we would move much faster towards our goals. We would have and see the success that we want to see in our own lives. Not in just Drake's life, not in just Rihanna's life, not in just your favorite celebrity, your favorite housewife's life, those who came from the bottom, right? That could be you. Guys, I wanted to jump on here and really give you something valuable that is life-changing. It changed my life. It's changing my life every day. I don't battle with, these illnesses. I think I said that right. I don't battle with these pains to my body anymore. I don't battle, worrying about whether or not, this person's time is coming. I don't worry about these things. I'm minding my business. I'm going to continue to build my empire, live my life, help my children build theirs, and sit in this glow up, right? I'm not going to talk about you. I'm not going to give you that space. I'm not going to give you that room. I'm not going to let you live rent-free in my beautiful, positive, optimistic mind. Why would I do that? Okay? You forced this upon me. You took this from me. You robbed this from me. Cool. You had your moment. Next. Stop allowing these things to break you. Don't allow these things to steal the rest of your joy, your peace, your prosperity, your wealth, your future. Guys, I hope you found some value in this video today. If so, please click that like button. Don't forget to drop a comment. Let me know if you're battling with forgiveness. I have some tips and some, things I can write out for you for free to help you get over this, right? I see so many people, not even just my peers, but people my mother's age and older who are still battling in a prison from things that happened to them when they were 12, 13, 15, 17 years old. They can't break away from this story. They continue to live in misery. And it's so sad. And you don't even realize through life you start to recruit other people and try to force them to understand and live in this misery with you, and that's not fair. It's not fair to them. It's not fair to you. I'm telling you right now, break free, break the chains. You have the authority to open the gates of this prison and live your life. Many blessings to you guys. I really hope you are able to at least take the first step and being aware, being honest that you are troubled in this area and that you need more help. You need more assistance. You don't want to do this. You don't want to appear to people like this. This isn't your best self. I understand. I've been there. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in with me for another video this week. I got 2 in this week as promised. And if you are not new and you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for returning and allowing me to chop it up with you. Don't forget to leave me a comment and hit that like button. All right, guys, until next time.